Sorry about that. We good? For some reason, it wouldn't start. Let some people fill in real quick. What an amazing day it is. Yes, Kevin, you're correct. You got in quick, didn't you? As you can see, my side of the shop is a complete mess. I got Dad's sides cleaned up so he can pull his car back in. Gonna get rid of all these boxes here this week. All of these boxes are going. Once I'm so close to finishing that, all of these boxes are going. We got rid of the big cold case radiator box here, as you can tell. Happy birthday. Glad you're here. Hello, everybody. Longtime fan. Hello, hello, hello. Glad you're all here. Nobody's guessed the question yet. Charger paint. You're getting lazy, man. JRC 99. You're starting to get lazy on jokes. What's the deal? All right. What questions we got tonight, guys? We're just hanging out. Nice Monday night. Just bought an 86 Camaro. Doesn't run. Where to start? Doesn't have an engine. Where's the satellite? Hi from Indonesia. Can't wait for your progress done. Thank you. How are you? I'm fine. It's almost Christmas time. It's a great time of year. It doesn't feel like Christmas time because it's really not that cold outside, but, you know, I'm excited about it. Hold the holidays and everything. So hope you guys all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Has an engine. Check for spark. I think that, is it before fuel injection for the Camaro? Check for fuel spark. Should run. Buy a Mustang. Who are you if you don't have one? I have one. Dream car for you is Kowalski's Challenger. Yes, sir. Dream car 70 Challenger. That's the one. You guys are right. Put a 4-speed in the Charger. If I put a manual transmission in, it'd get a 5-speed at least. Fired up. We might start this thing here after a little bit. What do I do with my 3rd-gen Camaro RS? Keep it street or build a drag car? It just depends on your budget and what you want to do with it. What is your program schedule for next week? You're not spending Christmas Eve with us, are you? No, I will not be. That's a good question, actually. We might try and do that. Maybe either, I don't know. We might just skip next week altogether. If there's a chance we might do Saturday night, but I can't guarantee that. So we might just skip next week altogether just because of the holidays and everything. Made some videos of my 97 Cherokee. Took your advice. That's awesome. Hello from East Point, Georgia. Hello. Skip it. Yeah, we'll probably just skip it. We'll take a week off. I might not even post this coming up Friday just to wrap up the holiday season just to get it going. I've got a couple videos lined up, but I might just go ahead and skip this weekend and then wait for the next one. Do you own a 4th-gen Mach 1? No. I wouldn't mind it. Hey, what's up? It's 2 a.m. in my country, and I have an exam tomorrow. Give me luck, people of internet. Everybody wish Pablo RS good luck on his exams. How's the Junkyard Dodge truck? It's doing fine. I haven't really done anything to it since the cold start video. Homework, yeah, I did say homework is important, but cars are importanter. I did say that last live stream. Whatever happened to the Plymouth Roadrunner? Nothing. It's still sitting exactly where it was when we got done. Also, just keep in mind this car is dirty. It hasn't been washed yet, so if you see like the dust on it, it's just because it's dirty. This thing looks immaculate when it's clean. Charger motor looks tough. Yeah, we got some new goodies here that we haven't talked about since the last live stream. I'm going to make some videos on that which is actually probably the next video will be on this car. And excuse me, my voice just cracked. What do we need to do? We got the distributor just sitting in there. I need to actually, you know, run our plug wires and everything. I need to put the anti-seize on the spark plugs. I just stuck them in there just to see about fitment, how well it would fit, and then get some wires. I ordered my power steering line from Superior Design Concepts today, so that should be in. And I need to still install the dipstick, transmission and engine both. Fill it up with fluid. We're good. I keep having to say the same thing every week because I'm making slow progress on it. But the only thing that's really holding me up is that not the transmission, but the high pressure line for the power steering pump. That's the only thing that I really need to finish this up. And I need to set the engine at a top dead center and find out where number 1 is on the distributor, and then run our wires accordingly. Have any plans to make it to Mopar's in the Park in Minnesota? Probably not. I wouldn't mind going at some point, but maybe one day. My dad has a 79 Trans Am factory 400 WS6 car. I want to restore it before I get out of high school. Does it run and drive right now? Because if you're going to restore it completely, wait. Hello from Indiana. You going to plastic dip the Charger? No, I don't think so. 49 Chevy 3100 with original style bias ply tube tires. I want to upgrade to modern rims and tires. What's a good combo for a budget build? It depends on what the look you want to go with. If you want something that looks original, I would look into go on Summit Racing. They have a lot of like really cool wheels and tires that you can choose from. There's some good steel wheel options. They have like radial white walls you can get on there. But if you want something more, then they have that too. But if you want something original, you can definitely find that. But Summit Racing has a lot of cool stuff on it. Do you own a Fox Body Mustang? No. I actually drove a Fox Body Mustang for the first time. What was it? It's a couple weeks ago. It was a 4i. I don't know what year that is, but it was a 5.0 5-speed. And I loved it. It was red interior. Sounded good. Here from Boston. When is it going to fire off? Hopefully here soon. We've got some stuff coming to make it work. We just got to get there. Got just some tedious stuff to work on, but we're going to get there. Why did you sell the $400 station wagon? Watch the video and I'll tell you exactly why. Great channel, Dylan. I'd love to start my own Mopar channel. Just do it. How's the new Dodge truck? The transmission doesn't work in reverse, and one of the brakes is sticking. So I might pull the drum off of that wheel just to see what's wrong with it. But I mean, it's a solid truck. I took the rear tires off of the short bed, put them on the front of the trail duster to see how they turn, and they barely work with the stock lift. But I think I might back down to like a 32, just because I don't want it to. I mean, I could lift it a couple inches, but I might just put 32s on it just for now. Fully customize one of your classic cars or keep them stock. It just depends on what you want to do, man. I mean, the world is your oyster when it comes to cars. You can do whatever you want. You gonna start it during a live stream? We might start this car. I'm not gonna start this during a live stream because initial break-in is like really critical, and you don't want to you want to be on your A game when you're doing stuff like that. So I will film it, but I won't live stream it. But after that, if everything goes well, we'll definitely start it on a live stream. This isn't Saturday night, is it? No, it's Monday night. Just started rebuilding a 1977 Jeep CJ7. I had a 1980 CJ5, so I like those. I have 4 classic cars restored. I'm 13. Yeah, you better get to it. Fox bodies are the best. 4Is are 79 to 86. I thought it was early 70s. I think his might have been like early 80s. I don't remember though. But yeah, if you go check out Thunderhead 289, he had a 4i Fox, and I think that thing was awesome. Old Rot Stang. Planning on going to Power Tour. Yes, this thing is hopefully going to go to Power Tour. That's the goal. 68 Dart GT. It is a 69, and it's a GTS clone. It's actually a GT, but I don't remember if it was an original V8 car or not. But it does have a 69 340 in it. Steel crank, X heads, whole 9 yards. I don't remember the original color, though. It was painted black when Dad got it with gold interior. He redid the interior in red and then put this red stripe on the back. And it looks good. And it had rally wheels off like a 70 Dart, and he put the original steel wheels and hubcaps back on it. Who owns the black Dart? This is Dad's. Will the junkyard Dodge truck do a burnout? Probably will wheel hop to the moon. Is it a 69 Roadrunner? No. 76 Jeep Wagoneer with an AMC 360. I like Wagoneers. I think they're cool. Hi, Mook. Glad to see you. Sister's first car was a green convertible 95 Mustang. What's that color you see on those Fox bodies? It's almost like a mint green, metallic. That's my favorite color on those cars. If I had a Fox body, that's the one I'd want. I'd want whatever that mint metallic green, and I'd want that in a coupe. I love those cars. Or what do you call it? Like a notchback or something? That's what I'd want. Your dad picked the perfect wheels. I agree. I think it looks awesome. I mean, those are like the correct wheels for this car. Like it's for a GTS Dart because I think they're like an inch wider than factory because they're small bolt pattern. I can't remember if they're 14s or not. They might be, but he's wanting to put something bigger on it, like some bigger tires at least. But I like it. I like the way that they look because the black wall looks stealthy to me. It had a like 70 Dart whatever small bolt rally wheels on it with white letter radial TAs. They were 14s. I mean they look good. They look good on cars, but I don't really care for them on this particular car. I just think the black wheels with the black looks incredible. That's just me though. With white letters and all looks good, but this car just looks good with like black wheels, just a plain Jane look. I just think it pops. I don't know. I have like a big thing about black cars with black wheels on them. This looks cool. But I think he likes it too. He took a lot of effort in painting those hubcaps whenever he did those. He taped all that off and made it look really nice and polished them after he got done. Got to go for a ride in a brand new 6-speed Scat Pack Challenger earlier. That's cool. Hopefully I can get the 77 Camaro done, and maybe I'll see you at Power Tour. By the way, how can I squeeze more horsepower out of a 350 V8? If you just want to do basic bolt-ons, cam, intake, headers. Good carburetor. Had a 68 Dart GTS, but it was a crap box with bullet holes in the quarters. Oh. Sorry I can't stay. I wanted to stop by and say hey, though. I'll see you around, Dylan. Hey, glad you came out, man. Appreciate it. My dad has an orange red 85 Fox body. I want it so much, but I'm never getting it. Well, you might one day. You think a 350 would be a good motor to put in a 93 Jeep Wrangler? I've seen it done, so if you want to go for it, do it. Let me catch up. Sorry, guys. Currently looking on Craigslist. Yeah, I'm always on Craigslist. 2 a.m. here in Norway, but I had to watch this stream. Love what you do with all your cars. Nice to see that they get back on the road again. Thank you for toughing it out to 2 a.m. in the morning. That is awesome. That's what I was told about the clutch. What about? Cletus stole your Sunday night? Maybe. I don't know. Who is Cletus? Chrysler once made a Hemi-powered air raid siren. Yes, they did. I have seen one of those. I think I might have actually seen one in person, and it is really cool. Like you hear that. Go on YouTube, everybody, and check out like the Hemi-powered air raid sirens. You hear that thing fire up, and it sounds really good, and they start whining it out, and that thing is loud. Is your dream car a '69 Duster? Well, there's no such thing, but Dream car is the 70 Challenger. Been looking for my first car because I'm trying to get a 60s car and I'm 13. But I got money to spend on an old car to restore, though. For your first car, I'd recommend something that's not going to break down on you. But if that's what you want to go with, then by all means, I like your cars and trucks. I like you. You're pretty cool. Do you know anything about BMWs? Junkyard Diggs does. He just got a BMW. Do I prefer a manual or automatic transmission? It just depends on what your application is. If you're going strictly race, then automatic because, I mean, it's just all around quicker shifts and less room for error. But for everyday driving, well, I would say something that's fun. I would prefer a manual transmission, but Mopar and Chrysler, they didn't have any like good aftermarket. Like no, I mean they had the good 4-speed, but finding something that's overdrive, like a good overdrive unit, like a 5-speed, they're hard to come by. Something that can actually handle some power. I mean they had like the NV3500 for like a later Magnum engine, but you know, just nothing really crazy for Chrysler. Now Ford, you know, they got the T5, and that goes just about anything. But I've seen people swap in T5s to like a small block before. But, you know, just I would like to have a manual transmission in this thing, but I do want to have overdrive at least. I'm really considering a gear vendor's overdrive. Where do you sell the cars after you finish them? I don't know. It just depends on what I feel like doing. Your junkyard walks are awesome. I also love the 69 Charger. P.S. My dream car is a General Lee. I appreciate it. Put a 572 Hemi in one of your rides. I don't have that kind of money. Dream car is a 67 Impala, 427 big block. Dream truck is a 2007 Classic Silverado LBZ. Cool choice. Calypso green. You're right. That's the color. That is the color. You got it. I was as soon as you said it, I recognized that name. Calypso green is beautiful. I saw one actually at a car show this summer. It was a convertible though, but man, it was nice. I think it had Cobra wheels on it, like the later Cobra wheels. Oh man, it looked good. Are you gonna be doing any videos on the Trail Duster soon? There's a lot of videos of $70 trucks on YouTube. Yeah, I do want to. I did actually put those wheels and tires on it, like I said. The only thing I really want to do right now is fix the brakes, and I did change the oil in it off camera. I didn't film any of that, and I didn't film any of me like changing the wheels and tires because I mean it just wasn't really much to talk about. I did put a tailgate on it. Me and Dad put that on there. I need to make a video about that. Me and Dad we got the old tailgate off and then got a new one on that came with the truck. And I've got a nice bumper for it that I need to put on. So I want to fix the brakes, maybe get some wheels and tires for it, and then I got to do something about the gas tank because it's bad. It is bad. I have to drop it and clean it out or something because we're not going to fight that game again. But it is plastic, so it's going to help me in the long run, you know, not having to find a new gas tank. I can really deep clean that thing. It's not going to be rusty or anything like that. So, you know, probably get a new sending unit while we're there and go from there. But the main thing is it just needs to be, the brakes need to be fixed, belts, hoses, the little stuff. But the blower motor for the heater worked. So I was impressed by that, but the heater valve was actually stuck. But we might do something here soon. I just want to really focus on this Charger because we haven't done a lot to it here recently. That's the thing. I just really need to focus on this thing and start powering through it because we have a lot to do and a little time to do it in. Chevy Longfoots. Don't know if I've seen a Chevy Longfoot. Do you ever race any of your cars at a drag strip? I raced my police car and my truck. I was going to take the Dart, but the rear end was acting up on me and I couldn't make it. But yes, I have taken them to the 8th mile. Dylan, do you tinker around with these vehicles as a hobby or is this what you do for a living? This is just a hobby. Did you sell the Cordoba? No, it's just sitting outside right there. It's right outside. I took the carburetor off of it and put it on the blue short bed, though. I like what you do. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Dream car is a 70 split bumper Camaro. That is the best Camaro in existence. We shoehorned a 413 wedge into a D50. Never forget, finished it, but I wound up with the motor and it's in my Duster now, which is broke down. That is okay. I love D50s, and now you're giving me ideas. And I wish you wouldn't have said that because now I want one. I own my dream truck. However, my dream car is a '69 Dodge Charger. However, my bank account tells me no. Love the Cordoba. I do too. I need to get it running again. I haven't driven it since Kevin and Luke were down here, Junkyard Digs and Thunderhead 289. And we can't forget about our favorite Canadian classic Mustangs 429. But yeah, when Kevin and Luke were down here, we were racing around the field with the Cordoba and Kevin's Oldsmobile. But I haven't driven it since then. You have a good taste in your cars. They have personality. Yeah, the Trail Duster. Thank you. Dream Truck is a Power Wagon. Good choice. Hood choice or good choice? Why did you buy the Trail Blazer? You mean Trail Duster in the pickup instead of the Junkyard Satellite? Well, you can't buy something that's not for sale, so that's just how life works. I'd love to find a 70 Super B burnt orange on orange interior. Burnt orange is beautiful. Plans for the orange step side is my favorite. I need to rewire everything, fix the lights. The headlights work and the turn signals kind of work. I think the flasher might be bad. Just need to rewire the taillights completely because all the wiring back there is disgusting. Need to fix all that. And then fix the window on the driver's side. I actually, get this though. This was something I bought. I didn't film this or anything. I bought either a 318 or a 360 Magnum. I need to check what the numbers are, but it supposedly had 88,000 miles on it, and it came out of like a 3/4 ton Dodge truck, and it's got the NV 4500 behind it. So I don't remember. I think that those transmissions either did come with a granny gear low first, like you could get it as an option. I think with the overdrive. So it's a 5-speed, but it's a heavy duty 5-speed. So I was really debating on taking the 318 and 3-speed out of rump and then putting that Magnum 5-speed in it. If that 318 ever gives me trouble, that's what I'll do. Found a 79 Dodge camper van for $100, so you better buy it. That's what makes it fun watching the project grow. You're right. You think modern cars designs look too similar to each other compared to what cars used to look like from 80s and back? Well, just think about like any car from any era. They all followed a trend. That's just how it is today. They're all following a trend. I mean, that's why people get like a Challenger mixed up, or a Challenger or Cuda mixed up with a Camaro, because it's, they're following a trend. And people think that these cars are Novas. So, no, I don't think that it's any different, because companies are going to make cars that sell, and there's obviously a trend that will sell at the time. That's why 80s cars are basically bricks that just fly through the air. So take, for instance, like if you take like a late 70s Monte Carlo and compare it to a late 70s Cordoba, basically the same car. Are you planning to get any station wagons soon or no? If so, what kind of station wagon, like what brand? I would like a Mopar station wagon. Something that doesn't have vacuum lines everywhere. You'll have to sand some of that primer off that thing. I thought about wet sanding some of it just to bring out the color back. Friends and I are in a process of fitting a 440 and a D50. That's the way to go. I used to run circle track. Mopar's rare. 400 Chevy small block was my choice. Yeah. You're right, and it's still the same way. Favorite car you have is the Junkyard Dodge truck. It is pretty fun. NV 4500 is a low first gear, and it's 5-speed. So did all of them come with a low first gear? Like every single one of them. Do you like Pontiacs? Yeah, I do. Any suggestions for an automatic transmission to marry up to a 440? A 727 will bolt right in. It's exactly what you need. 2-speed power glide and adapter. Yeah, for racing, a 2-speed power glide is really good. I do like Pontiacs. Will you get another car, and what car would it be? I don't need another car. I'm trying to get rid of some of them. I collect hubcaps all my life. I love the Mopar dog dish hubcap. It gives a Dodge some attitude. I agree. I agree 100%. Freiburger Comet Wash would shine that Charger right up. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. I do want to like do some stuff to the outside of the car at some point, but right now I'm just gonna leave it alone. Eagle station wagons. Seen one with the lift kit and it was sweet. There was a guy that had an LS powered Eagle. What are they called? Those, I forget what they're called, but AMC Eagle. Yeah, those things are awesome. But he had like some massive tires. D50 440 would be a parts runner for a machine shop. Man, you got me wanting a D50 bad now. I love those things, especially with a big block in it. That's cool. That thing weighs nothing, basically. I guess we've answered some questions here. Let's see if this thing will start. I have no doubt that it will. The Steelies and dog dishes make everything look like a mean cop car. Yeah, that's what I had on my Fifth Avenue. It looked like a detective car. Oh, by the way, there's old truck. And then there's old Dart right there, Dart Sport. There's a Cordoba back there. You can see it. You might be able to see it from here. You guys see that? Let me zoom in. Sorry. There's the Cordoba. Just hanging out. Still got grass in the bumper from whenever I was cutting donuts. And then good old Rumps right here, chilling out under the tree. That's what I drive every day. 04 Mustang right there. And here's the my first car reimagined. Been driving this thing a lot here recently. I like to drive it when it's colder outside because I don't really want to drive anything else that's like halfway decent. All right. Let me grab the keys. I had the keys somewhere. I brought them from that inside. Did I already stick them in the ignition? I don't remember. Yeah, there they are. I did stick them in there. Cold starts, guys. I don't remember the last time this thing was started. Makes it look like it'll be slow. Can you hear this thing? Sounds pretty quick to me. It's a good one. I'm telling you. Saw a question. Okay, 572 to one for first. I think for the NV 4500. I'll look into that. Yeah, I thought so. I read somewhere that somebody on the internet, which you can't trust everything, but somebody said it was an option to get Granny Low in the NV 4500, but I didn't know for a fact. But yeah, the 3500 is that's the one that I was wanting to put in my dart. But I do want to put the I want to if I use the 4500, I want to put it in the in rump because I think that'd be kind of cool. No, this is not saying, guys. People think that, I mean, it's just the times. People think that they're the same car. This is a '69 Dodge Dart. Yeah, this thing it runs really well. 340 original. It's not the original engine, but it's a 69 340, and it will get down. How many spare engines do you have? Quite a few. You never know. Anytime you see one on Craigslist or Facebook or whatever that is pretty cheap and looks like it could have some good parts on it, you just pick it up. I don't think there will ever be another decade of cars more desirable than the 60s. Most every car looks amazing. I mean, yeah, 60s are it's a great decade, I'm telling you. Two good ones right here. Same year. This is Dad's car. This one's mine. This one's Dad's. Yeah, this one is not my car. But it is fun. It is definitely a fun car. Love driving it. Probably they're thinking that the NV 3500 in light duty 3/4 ton and NV 4500 was an option. Never heard of 4500 without the low first gear. Okay. Okay. I appreciate that. I'll look into it some more and do a little bit more research on it, but I think that would be kind of cool in that little truck. On an AMC Matador in a Pinto in the 80s. I like the Matadors. The Matadors are pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. I can appreciate a good Matador. Man, this car is a mess, I'm telling you. It's kind of like upsetting how it just always gets piled up. But that means progress, right? You got to open some boxes to make progress. My phone charger. There it is. Can you start it? I just started this one. This one does not run. Rear window defroster on this thing? No. Hey man, you got the Cordoba. I needed the interior. I needed it, but I got my stuff now. I had interior you needed? I'm not gonna take my car apart. Building a 76 F-250 camper special. I bought a 351 Windsor for it off Craigslist. Hope I make a choice. Yeah, for sure. My dad stopped what he was doing to come see what I was watching. The dart running. He loves old muscle cars too. That's pretty cool. Thoughts on 80s turbo Dodges like an Omni GLH? I think they're pretty neat. Like I was looking at a Shelby turbo car once, and I don't know. I just think it's cool. My dad's Demon is a slant six from the factory, rare or not. Pretty much most of them came with a slant six. The majority would have come with a slant six, but yeah, I mean, a Demon's still a pretty rare car, which is worth more restored. Like between these two, probably this car, just because of what it is. But this car is like one of the best, like looking A bodies. Mopars are like one of the highest selling ones. Like that. But between that and like I think like a 68 or 9 Barracuda, those things are worth good money now. They're starting to come up in price. And Demons, like the 70 to 72 Demon or Duster, they're starting to like bring good money. Like the 340 cars and everything. 4500 would be cool in the orange truck, granny low and overdrive. Yeah, because then you could road trip the thing. That with the Magnum, and it's got that Magnum has a complete serpentine setup from the factory, so it would be easy to bolt on there, like super easy. And it came out of a 91 3/4 ton, so it would bolt right in. Get some new mounts, and I don't even know if it came with the mounts on it or not. I don't remember. I have to look, but get some mounts for it and get a drive shaft for it. I don't know if the drive shaft would be too long or what, but it'd be pretty cool. X-Cop Cruiser Diplomat with a 360 thermoquad. Fast little car. That thing top end for days. Can't wait to see the Charger. Can't wait to see you driving the Charger. How much longer till it runs? I ordered the power steering line, the high pressure side for the power steering pump today, and that was the only thing that was holding me up from finishing up bolting everything together on this car. I need to bolt the distributor. Well, I need to find top dead center, and then run the plug wires and everything, and then install the plugs with some anti-seize, fill it up with fluid, dipsticks, get the carburetor on it, rig up some kind of fuel system, do some hack wiring. That should do it. Cam and gears in the Dart. I think it's just like a stock 340 cam. It's not like super aggressive, but it does have a slight lope to it. It's not as aggressive as the cam that's in my blue Dart, which is a Comp XE268. But Comp offers like an original 340 grind, but you can find a lot of people who have like stuff that's close to what the 340 cam is from the factory. But I think that's what that is. It's just a stock 340 cam. And then for rear gears, it's got a 323 in it. Current project, this thing right here. Love the look of your Charger. Wouldn't paint it either. Clear coat, but not paint. Yeah, I agree. Also drove a 4-door Matador as a teen. Parents' second and third car till I pulled through a cut through and got T-boned. Oh man. Always wanted a 67 to 9 Barracuda or a 70 Roadrunner or GTX. Those Barracudas are incredibly good looking, especially like a fastback. Good to see a young guy that's old school. Keep it up. Good show. Thank you. Appreciate that. Had a 68 Cuda 383 4-speed New Mexico car. Still own my 70 Cuda since 82 high school car. That's cool. So the 383 4-speed, is that the M code? Is that what they called that for that year? Because that means it has a big block. The NP or NV 4500 is an excellent transmission. I have one in my 92 D150 with a Magnum 239 V6 factory. Also one in your orange D100. Now, mine does not have an NV 4500, but I would like to put that in there. Recently caught onto your channel, bro. Good luck. Wasn't into these old cars, so I saw you. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you for watching. Can't wait to hear it run. Yeah, me neither. Flowmaster's on the Dart right there. I don't remember. Dad didn't put the exhaust on it. He did have some work done to the exhaust, but he didn't put the mufflers on it. So I don't remember what they are. If you work on the brakes and the trail dust, you're going to make a video of it. Yeah, of course. And the good thing about it, it's got discs up front. So it'd be super simple to rebuild all that stuff. We won't have to worry about drums in the front like we did with Rump. Rebuild the drums in the back, and then rebuild the front, the discs in the front. The master cylinders still look perfectly fine inside. I'm going to replace it anyway, and along with the booster, but I mean, it looked fine inside. M code is 440. Okay, you're right. Formula S. You're right. 440 is the M code. Everybody wants Camaros and Mustangs. Mopars are way underrated. I don't know. I think that they're definitely making a comeback. I mean, they've always been the underdog to an extent, but I really think that they hold their own. If I send you a video, could you tell me if my truck is cammed? I bought it from a guy who had some work done to it, new head, intake, and carb. I mean, I can't tell what kind of cam you have in your truck based on a video. I mean, you can, but I don't know. You'd have to you can measure the amount of lift and duration that the cam has, but I can't tell you based on video what it's got. You need to put me on Speed Channel. Is Speed Channel a thing anymore? I thought they got bought out. I don't want to be on speed channel. I like talking to you guys right here. You know anybody who wants to buy a 71 Dodge Demon 340? Send me an email, dylanmccool1970@gmail.com. What happened to the red Cuda you did a video on? Nothing. I did the cold start video, and that's nothing happened since then. Car looks really nice. Thank you. Don't know anything about cars, but love the style of old cars and restoration. Can you make a video on car basics? That's not a bad idea. We might can do something like that. Chris Fix. If you really want some really in-depth how-to stuff, check out Chris Fix. He is incredible at doing how-to. But yeah, we could. You've always watched my videos about like starting a vehicle that's been sitting for a while. You know, check for spark, fuel, and see if it's stuck or anything like that. Check for oil and all that. But all these older vehicles are super basic. It's easy to work on. Love your channel. Are you planning on keeping the Trail Duster? Absolutely. Thoughts on a Dodge 318 Mopar? Bulletproof, pretty much. My first Dart had a 318. My orange truck has a 318 in it. What else do I have that has a 318? I think that's all. Because my blue truck has a 360. Is there a Mopar you don't like? That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I can respect all of them. There's some that I probably wouldn't want, but I can respect pretty much all of them. There's something cool about basically any car, really. You know, the story behind them, whatever. But I don't know if there's one that I don't like. Buddy is restoring a 69 383 4-speed. It's going to be cool. His dad drag raced in the mid-70s. That's pretty cool. Roller lifter motors, Dylan. I think I have a 318 that had an 87 318. Came out of a police car. Got the 360 heads on it. It's not a powerhouse at all, but I think it might be a roller 318. I don't know. Would you ever do a Pontiac on this channel? Maybe one day. Difference between an LA small block and a Magnum small block. New to Mopars, GM guy here. The Magnum, the biggest difference for a Magnum engine is the cylinder heads. They're completely redesigned, and that you can take Magnum heads and bolt them directly to an LA small block. The intake's different, and that's really the majority of it. And see, the thing about the Magnum heads is that on these LA, well, look here, I'll show you. Pull my cord with me. On these LA heads, they used a shaft-mounted rocker setup. So you have like the oil will actually come through the block into the head and fill up the rocker shaft that the rocker's ride on, and that's how they get oil. It's an interesting little way to do it, but it does work pretty well. But the difference that they went with, you know, because most cars will oil through the push rods, but these cars don't. They're solid. So you've just got like a tube that'll fill up with oil and then pour out onto the rockers. On the Magnum heads, they do oil through the push rods. They got rid of that completely. Which is why you can put LA heads on a Magnum, but it requires some machining for oil passages and everything. But it's not really recommended. It's not like the best idea, but there's smaller combustion chamber as well than what most of your early LA heads are. Like the later ones, like the 302 swirl ports, I think they had like a 65 or 6 cc combustion chamber. That's why a lot of people like to run those on like if you're trying to do like a budget compression boost, but they do come with like smaller valves. I think the intake is like a 1.7 something. It's not that big of an intake valve, but they supposedly flow better than like the X heads for 360 or for 340. But these come with like I think it's like 202 intake valves and 1.6 exhaust, while that's like not this one particularly, but like the 302 swirl ports are like 1.77 and 1.5 something. They're not very big valve sizes, but I have seen a lot of people run those for like you can open up the uh, the valve sizes if you want to. But that's the big thing about the Magnum heads. It's just like I think the intake side is like 1.92 or 1.96. I can't remember. And then I don't remember the exhaust side either, but I think it was like 1.6. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it does have the small combustion chamber and their closed chamber versus like these are open chambered heads. But that's the main differences with them. Hopefully that made sense. And I mean, that's me just coming off the top of my head and remembering what I can. So hopefully that helps you out a little bit. 69 Super Bees are cool. I keep forgetting that you're live. Yeah, we are live. 87 to 88 or 318 roller cams. See, that was a transition period. There's some that are and some that aren't. I mean, just depending on how early of an engine you got. I like to watch you work on these cars, but I learn a lot. I'm glad. You should get the body of a destroyed car and try to fix it with only parts used from another. I have a parts duster that I really want to like throw together. I have a big block that I want to put in my duster, like my good duster, but I've got one that's like junk, and I wanted to make like just like an 8th mile car out of it, and that's it. Just like dedicated drag strip. Do you know who Jesus is? Do you believe in him? Absolutely. Supposedly, Trick Flow will be releasing small block Mopar heads that will work with LA and Magnums. Yeah, I heard about that. If you look, Engine Quest a few years ago, they started like doing aftermarket cylinder heads for like the Magnum engines. But what they'll do is, see, if you run Magnum heads, you have to run Magnum specific intake. But Engine Quest actually designed a cylinder head that will accept a LA intake. So you can bolt it to your LA engine and run an LA intake. Or you can run it on a Magnum engine with an LA intake. It's pretty cool. But I looked into those because a common problem with the Magnum heads is that they'll crack in between the valves, and it'll cause issues, and you'll have to like replace them or whatever. But Engine Quest, they did some work to them, and they supposedly are better heads. I haven't had any experience with them, but I've read a lot of good about them. So if anything's wrong with that 318 or 360, whatever I got, then I will definitely look into some Engine Quest heads. Get the car guy and build a sleeper out of your junk duster. I wouldn't mind doing something like that. I think if you live stream when you worked on your cars every now and then, you would be pretty cool. For those that like seeing the work real time without the skips, great video regardless. The thing about it is that live streaming while you work, it's hard to, because when you're working on something, you're troubleshooting, and it's hard to focus on, hey, I'm going to work on this while I'm holding a camera in my hand and doing actual work. Because me videoing these videos of me doing stuff and actually setting up shots takes a long time. It takes a long time. There's a lot of trial and error to it, because there's things when I'm doing something and I'm still trying to figure out how to do it. Like, for instance, with the serpentine setup, it took me a lot of tries to get this thing to work. So it would be kind of hard to do that, because there's a lot of like me just sitting there thinking in dead silence, just trying to figure stuff out. So it probably would not be as interesting as you think it would be. I think the station wagon has flat cam loads and will need lifters also. No, it did not need lifters. They were spinning in the bores. The lifters are fine. They're perfectly fine. Is that a Dodge? Yes, both of them are. Dad had a beater 74 Duster called Colonel Mustard for the golf tournament, so he and his friends put it on the 18th hole as a joke prize. Everyone just teed their balls into it. That's funny. Learn so much from these videos. Keep them coming. I'm glad you appreciate it. Dream truck, which I have, is a 71 Ford F100 Ranger XLT and a 57 Ford Fairlane 500 sedan. Cool. I'm going to go in about 4 minutes, guys. Where you get the aluminum radiator for the Charger, looking for one of my 72 Dart. This is cold case radiators. I like the way that the tanks look. It's massive. It's a really good radiator. Give it just another minute, guys. I'm gonna roll inside and call it a night. We had a good live stream. I appreciate you guys coming out. Any more questions before we call it a night? Friend brag about their cars, and I just tell them, don't make me go get my Slant 6, half a Hemi. That's pretty funny. 75.5 Cordoma came with 360 PI. I think that's what this says. And bucket leathers with floor shifter, factory tack. In-dash was a beast with positive rear. Oh, yeah. Do you play Fortnite? Not at all. I like cars. But you can like cars and play video games, but I don't want to spend my time doing that. All right, guys. I'm going to call it a night. I appreciate everybody who came out and commented and supported. Appreciate every single one of you. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're old to the channel, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. Ask me any questions if you have any. I appreciate talking to you guys. Every single one of you. You're awesome. And I'm thankful for you guys. We're almost 120,000. That's crazy to think about because it just seemed like we were at 100,000 just a few days ago, which is really awesome. But anyways, guys, have a safe and happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you guys and Happy New Year. I'll probably see you before the New Year, I think. Depends on what day it is on. But I won't be here next week. We won't be doing this next Monday because that will be Christmas Eve. So don't be on the lookout for it, guys. But the week after that, we will definitely be making another live stream. I don't know if I will make a video this coming up week. Just depends on how everything goes because you guys know how the holidays are. It gets really hectic. I've got a couple videos lined up for this thing. Just got to put it together, but I don't know if I'll have time to make it before Friday. So we might just take a week off for this round. But thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate everything you've done for me. And we'll see you in the next one.